Hello, beautiful souls. This is Harmony, your podcast host, and I wanted to do an episode today after teaching in the Ayurveda Alchemist Academy, and we're speaking a lot about individual constitutions. I thought, you know what? The questions that were coming from the students were so gold that I wanted to collate the essence of their questions into a podcast episode for all of you guys who are listening. So I'm going to take you on a journey into one of the most foundational, empowering, and often overlooked traditions in Ayurveda. And that is understanding your Prakriti, which is your unique mind-body constitution. Understanding your Prakriti isn't just a new age wellness hack. It is a radical reclamation of self-awareness, and it is not new. It is an ancient wisdom that has been handed down through many lineages and has fallen into our laps. And I would love to share this wisdom with you because it is life-changing. It's the roadmap back to your feminine blueprint. It's the permission slip to stop outsourcing your well-being, and it guides you towards alignment in both your life and your business. So let's unpack how to use your Prakriti as a lens for health, wholeness, and dharmic embodiment. So first of all, what is it? What is Prakriti? Well, Prakriti in Ayurveda refers to your innate constitution. It's your unique energetic fingerprint formed at the moment of conception. It is a combination of the three doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, in specific proportions that shape your physical, mental, and emotional tendencies. Your Prakriti doesn't change. It's your true nature. So think of it as your soul's operating system. Whereas when we talk about Vikriti, that is your imbalanced dosha, and that one can change because your Prakriti, your dosha, can be affected by different environments, the people that you surround yourself with, the different weather, your different diet. But today we're talking specifically about your Prakriti, which is your unique fingerprint, Ayurvedic fingerprint, soul imprint, whatever you want to call it. So let's look at these three energetic systems, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, which you have a unique proportion of each of them as your makeup. So a Vata Prakriti, they are naturally creative, intuitive, quick thinking, and they are very movement orientated. But they're also prone to anxiety, overwhelm, and burnout when they're out of balance. A Pitta Prakriti, they are driven, focused, passionate, and strategic, but they can lean towards perfectionism, irritability, and hormonal inflammation when out of balance. The Kapha Prakriti, they're very nurturing, they're grounding, they're calm, and they're deeply loyal, but they can become very stagnant, overly attached, or emotionally heavy. So your Prakriti explains why certain diets work for some, but not for others. Why your friend might thrive on HIIT workouts, while your body needs slow yoga because the HIIT workout will make you exhausted with headaches and completely fluid retention and bloated and all of those things. But for another woman, it could be her secret medicine to staying lean and looking fantastic and feeling great. So it's also, when we look at your Prakriti, it's also why some women burn out in business while others blossom with spacious structure. It's because we're all so different. We have this unique Prakriti, and when you honor it, you stop fighting your nature and you start flowing it. Now, I want to bring your awareness to your Prakriti within your unique psychology and the feminine mind. So each dosha, it not only governs your physical traits, but also your psychological tendencies. A Vata mind is a very imaginative and expansive, but it can spiral into worry. A Pitta mind is very sharp and competitive, but might struggle with surrender. And a Kapha mind, they're stable and compassionate, but they might be very resistant to change. When we understand this, we can better regulate our inner world and stop pathologizing our personalities. For example, a Vata woman might think she's too sensitive or too scattered, but she's actually deeply intuitive and multidimensional. A Pitta woman may be labeled as bossy or controlling when she's really a natural leader who just needs tools for softening. A Kapha woman may feel lazy or unmotivated, but she actually holds sacred stillness and divine patience. Your Prakriti allows you to reframe your self-perception and fall in love with your design. It's not just in life that we can use this understanding to get the best out of our lives and the best out of ourselves. We can also use the understanding of our Prakriti in our careers, in our business. So I want to bring you in alignment with life and business and talk about Dharma and leadership and how your Prakriti can affect that. So if you're running a business or creating something really soul-led, knowing your Prakriti is absolutely a non-negotiable. Vata-aligned entrepreneurs, they really need creative freedom, flexibility, structures that allow them to be flexible within those, and support with grounding their ideas, because they can get so many different ideas. They are the ideas person. But when it comes to implementing and grounding and following through on one of their ideas, they can struggle with that. But if you know this about yourself, you know that this is your Prakriti, then you can apply different strategies to help you become really successful in your life and in your business. This is something we teach in the Ayurveda Alchemist Academy for our students, especially when we get to the Dharmic impact pillar and learning all about the business of Ayurveda. I always ask my students, well, what's your Prakriti? Like when it comes to your offerings that you're going to go out there and serve the world with, you need to align those with your unique constitution. A Pitta-aligned entrepreneur, they thrive with systems, strategy, and challenge, but they need to watch their tendency to overwork, overdrive, to be over-perfectionist, and this can impact their adrenal glands and their adrenal load and really cause an impact on their health. So they need to be very mindful of how much they're working, how much they're trying to achieve, and how structured they are. Maybe they need to be a little bit more fun and a little bit more flexible. Now, a Kapha-aligned entrepreneur, they really shine in community-based models. They love that loyalty building and consistency, but they can benefit from activation and movement. So a Kapha can sometimes be slow to move their business. They become very comfortable and kind of just stay there, as opposed to pushing their boundaries and really creating that, big burst of growth. And so sometimes within the Kapha's daily routine, before they sit down to go to work, they need to activate themselves. They need to bring in some more fire, some more passion, and some more drive. So when you try to build a business from someone else's energetic blueprint, you might burn out and struggle because you're not honoring your own Ayurvedic Prakriti. And when you do, you will build a business or excel in a career and in life that nourishes you and your audience. We have spoken a lot about how our Prakriti can show up as an entrepreneur and how our traits are seen by others and ourselves within maybe our physical aspect and our psychological aspect. But your dosha is really important to understand in your life in general, because when you know that your constitution or your dosha is out of balance, you know what your go-to coping mechanisms are, you can come back into a more beautifully balanced, aligned state more easily, and you build resilience. You use your Ayurvedic rituals from food to breathwork to herbs to bring you back to center, because those things are going to support your individual constitution. And this is the embodiment of health alchemy and dharmic impact of the higher self methodology that I go into depth in my book, Ayurveda and the Alchemy of Her, as well as teach in the Ayurveda Alchemist Academy. Now, embodying your constitution, understanding your Prakriti, isn't just intellectual, okay? It is embodied. And I can never emphasize this enough, because people listen to podcasts, read all the things in textbooks or blogs on social media, which is great because you need all of this information, but it doesn't turn into actual living wisdom until you have embodiment. Your Prakriti is not a label, it's actually a language that your body and mind speaks. So I'd love for you to ask yourself, what are the dominant qualities in my mind, body, and behavior? Because this will give you a clue on what your Prakriti is. What type of environment drain me or energize me? And I want you to honor that. And what daily rituals help me feel most alive? And then I want you to start weaving your Prakriti into your schedule. So think about those questions. Think about what your Prakriti could be, and then schedule in a movement practice that's going to support your Prakriti. Discern your food choices around your Prakriti, your boundaries, and your feminine leadership style. Your Prakriti, it doesn't box you in, it sets you free, and it just makes you feel like yourself, because that's the embodiment of you. It is your unique constitution. It is who you are. When you unlock your Prakriti, you unlock your truth. You stop trying to fix yourself and start supporting yourself. You create alignment in your body, your business, your relationships, and your rhythm. If you are ready to dive deeper into this journey and to really understand and embody your Prakriti, you are so welcome inside the Ayurveda Alchemist Academy, where we map out your unique constitution, your Prakriti, support your healing, and help you rise into your Dharma as a holistic leader or sacred feminine embodiment. You can book a free clarity call with me, and I have the link in the show notes. Or if you're an Instagram girly and you want to have a chat over there, you can DM me the word chat, and we can organize a free call chat all about it. So I hope that this has resonated. I hope it's made you start thinking about your unique constitution and what you can really do to support it. I do also go in depth into Prakriti and all different feminine embodiment aspects in my book, Ayurveda and the Alchemy of Her. So if you haven't already got a copy, what are you doing? It was an Amazon bestseller. It is an Amazon bestseller. So grab your copy now, because lots of other women are loving it, and you will too. Thank you so much for listening. Namaste, beautiful soul.